Red flags in dating. We've seen them all, and we've also seen them in funnels. Businesses waste 26% of their marketing budget on poor targeting. Targeting doesn't just have to be paid ads. It can be organic. It can be keywords. We have a cosmetic clinic in Melbourne that we serve, and they like to focus on certain skin treatments compared to certain laser removal services. So if we just rank them for laser removal services and we're not focusing on the things that are actually bringing them in money, then that is another example of poor targeting. So how do you fix this? 3 simple steps. The first step is to know your avatar. Do you know what they wear? Do you know what they smell like? Do you know where they live? Do you know what kind of money they make? Do they have one parent? Do they have 2? Did they grow up with one parent? Did they grow up with none? You want to learn every weird thing, interest, behavior about them. So when you are writing the messaging for them in the ad, you sound like one of them. I have a client that does 8 figures a year in e-commerce sales for a dog product brand, a very popular brand. And the founder is under 30 years old, and we rank him on the first page of Google. Now, he has been able, he doesn't even like dogs, mind you. This guy has been able to so clearly articulate the pain points of the people that are pet owners for these beautiful dogs, to the point where he is getting hundreds of orders every single day all across the world. But that didn't happen because he used ChatGPT. That didn't happen because he just went down one Reddit forum or one YouTube video. He spent weeks studying, understanding the vernacular, the language, the positioning, the psychology of people searching for this product. So to the point where when he was able to run ads for them, he was able to really connect with them at not just an instinctive level so people can make a purchase, but at an emotional level so they can make a decision. The second thing, don't chase the crowd. And I've been guilty of this. When I first started my agency, I was like, all right, I'm going to try and be Iman Gachi. I'm going to pitch dental clinics. I'm going to pitch electricians, HVAC. I'm going to pitch restaurants. But what I found was majority of my first clients came from restaurants. So what I realized really quickly, and this is what took me from 0 to 2 clients to eventually around 10 just before COVID happened, we're about to make our first 10K a month at 20 years old, was I was like, restaurants are working. Darn it. Everything else, F it off. Just restaurants. So I remember I would wear my dad's turtleneck and I would go to Williamstown, I'd go to the Werribee area and I'd door knock and I'd pitch and I'd sweat and I'd go back to the car, drink some water, eat, and I'd pitch and I'd sweat. I did that even during COVID, and my parents were very angry about that, right? And I wasn't able to close a significant volume of deals, but what I was able to do is establish credibility in a niche, which then allowed me to build credibility to branch to nightclubs. So now we've been able to serve multiple nightclubs and events across Australia, and that allowed me to branch into other things. And we replicated the same play in healthcare. Got really, really good at NDIS, then we did aged care, and then we did that, and now we're doing it in finance. We did a lot of brokers, and then we did financial planners, and then we did property investment, and now we're doing brokers in Tasmania, and so before you spread your wings, become a master of one thing. I think it was Confucius, he says, the person that chases 2 rabbits catches none. And I'd slightly disagree, and who am I to disagree with Confucius? I mean, obviously he's a genius, but I would say, once you catch the 1 rabbit, maybe create a rabbit catching business and then catch 10 rabbits at once, but you have to learn how to catch the first rabbit first, right? So that's the second thing. Don't chase the crowd. The third thing, and this is where most people mess up, and I can tell you this because for our clients across the agency, we probably generate an accumulative 100 leads on the low end a week for our clients, right? But the difference between the clients that make money and the clients that just set appointments is the qualification. I'll give you an example. We have clients that have over 100 clients in Western Australia and Tasmania. I'm not going to name the name of the company. It's an 8-figure company in the healthcare space. And they have an engagement officer, and his only job is once our team qualifies, generates lead appointments, sets them, he then just screens them and gets them to fill out a client intake form to see if the disabilities that they can help with are aligned with their services. So by the time the engagement officer has approached this potential participant or client or customer, he already has a good feel on whether or not the person has what we call an NDIS plan, which is active, whether or not they're in a state or an area that is serviceable by their team, and it makes it really straightforward for the deal to get closed. How we do this, and I've got a 2 a.m. demo, by the way, today. So I'm telling you this because imagine if you guys started getting calls booked at 2, 3, 4 a.m. If you're gonna sacrifice your health and your sleep, you better make sure that the lead is qualified. Otherwise, I'll call the lead. I'll ask them, look, if you're not doing 50K a month in revenue, I'd actually probably just suggested you do consulting with us or do our free program, because I know it's not going to be worth my time to present you with our services if your business isn't doing, say, average 30 to 60-ish K a month revenue, because we're going to have a guarantee. And if I'm going to make a guarantee to where if I miss my mark and I'm going to provide my service for free, I need to make sure that you can at least invest into my team's services, right? So qualifying the lead is a really, really good way to make sure that you're not just knowing your ideal customer or client, you're not just chasing the incorrect crowd, but you're also actually getting deals closed, which is what it's all about, especially if you are in a service-based business. Now, if you found information like this beneficial, then just type in the comments below red flag, and our team will show you how to turn them into green flags.